I won't keep this long po to my fellow representative on the part of the youth and on the part of other members of this august chamber. We express our deepest sympathies sa nangyari po na ang pinaka-apektado ay sa distrito ninyo. We also express our deepest condolences sa lahat ng mga pamilya na nawalan ng mga kapamilya, nawalan ng mga kabahayan, no? At ang kanilang mga kabuhayan ay na-upend ng nangyari, no? I am particularly I resonate with what you said po na sana tuloy-tuloy yung assistance, yung aid na nagfo-flow po sa mga pinaka-affected na areas. And based din po sa mga experiences sa pag-handle at pagtutulong ng Kabataan Party List with aid and assistance during these calamities, I would affirm yung inyong experience na mas mahirap maabot at definitely may bottlenecks doon sa pagpupunta sa center and then pag-disperse from the center to more rural communities. Siguro I'd just like to ask the good representative kung ano pong challenges yung naharap natin so far sa pag-access ng mga more far-flung communities. Meron po bang mga daan na nasira na nakapagpahirap sa pagpunta? May mga tulay po bang nawasak, ganyan? Ano po yung kailangang atensyong ibigay sa pag-repair at pag-e-ensure na mawala po yung mga bottlenecks na exist po ngayon?
Thank you, Honorable Ko. One of the challenges that we are facing right now, although that's why I made this privileged speech to thank the DPWH also for helping us. We have 13 damaged bridges in the whole district, and all of them now are passable because of the efforts of the DPWH and of course the barangays who have reported it very on that early stage of the earthquake. One of the challenges that we are facing right now is the series of aftershocks. People doesn't want to stay in their homes with cracks, and we cannot rebuild them as early as now, although the province of Cebu, the provincial government, and a lot of private sectors are trying to help us right now, but we cannot rebuild them as early as now because of this series of aftershocks. And we are not just talking of a very low magnitude aftershocks. We're talking about a 5.2 magnitude, a 4.7 magnitude, and a 2.9 magnitude just within the few days, 3 days ago. Sunod-sunod to every day. So that is one challenge that we are facing right now. I myself is in connection, is in contact with OCD and DSWD. When Secretary Rex was there yesterday, we had a meeting together with the mayors. We were expressingly requesting also for tents because there's small communities in the barangays, in the far-flung areas of the district. They're not actually, they don't want to stay anymore in their houses, especially at night, because of this series of aftershocks. So that's one challenge because almost all sa distrito are not staying now. And also, I'm also in connection with DOH requesting for medicines. Ang dami ng mga batang inuubo because it's still raining there. Mainit sa umaga, umuulan sa gabi. So, nasa tulda lang sila. Nasa mga plastic, yung mga orange and blue tents na mga tarpaulins. That's one challenge that we are facing right now.
At sa bahagi po ng representasyon na to, no, I join the good colleague in calling on the public, lahat po ng concerned na makakonect sa mga iba't ibang NGOs, sa ating local government units na nag-a-assist po sa aid distribution. No? And gusto ko lang pong bigyan ng spotlight yung mga youth initiatives, no, na talaga pong during this time of crisis ay gusto gumisponde agad sa pinaka apektadong mga areas. That's why po I'd also like to highlight, no, na ang isang particular call po ng students sa Cebu ay aggrieved sila doon sa mga ilang policies ng mga eskwelahan nila na pinapwersa po silang mag-online classes or mag-return sa some kind of on-site or online na pag-a-attend pa rin ng mga school requirements habang natuloy-tuloy ang aftershocks at hindi po secure yung mga kabahayan or even yung safety ng community habang tuloy-tuloy po yung mga nangyayari. So, Mr. Speaker, good colleague, I thank you for shedding light sa sitwasyon po ngayon. I could say that this chamber became better aware sa nangyayari, and we continue to hope po sa continuous improvement ng sitwasyon. And syempre nakaantabay naman po lahat tayo para mag-assist as necessary. Thank you to my good colleague. Thank you po, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ko. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the gentleman from APIC Party List, Honorable Dagook, for short manifestation.
Honorable Sergio Dagook is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Majority Leader. Ang 121 electric cooperatives empathize with the situation, no? And we assure you that Civico 2 will provide all the electricity requirements of the 10 cities and other evacuation centers. So we have organized a task force in case it is needed just to give priority na magkaroon ng ilaw lahat ng mga evacuation centers kaagad. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, distinguished sponsor.